The Niagara Aerospace Museum works to share the historical and current contributions to aerospace and aviation design and manufacturing in our local community. And here with more details on the collections it has to offer is Executive Director Lindsay Lauren-Visser. Welcome, Lindsay.
Thank you, Chelsea. So happy to be here.
Of course. This is a really cool thing that I haven't heard about. So tell us a little bit about the different collections that you showcase at the museum.
The Niagara Aerospace Museum is home to a collection that is almost second to none outside of DC. We as a community are huge in the aerospace industry, which is something not everybody realizes.
Yeah.
And so we are the beneficiaries of that as the museum because we have the factory floor models, the archives, the actual aircraft themselves that were manufactured here in Western New York. So you can come to the museum, see everything from the very beginning of aviation with our Curtiss Pusher, all the way up to helicopters, the space race, and even now the future of aviation and aerospace through companies like Moog. So we do it all. We tell everything.
Tell us a little bit of some tidbits that are part of history in aerospace and aviation that people would have no idea had Buffalo ties.
Well, I think everybody thinks of our industrial story as being steel, right? Well, the truth is we're a huge aerospace community. So if you're familiar with the X-1, the airplane that broke the sound barrier in 1947, that was actually manufactured in Niagara Falls, about 2 blocks over from where we as a museum are today. So we've been super involved in aviation even from the very beginning. Everybody thinks of the Wright brothers, right?
Yeah.
Well, Glenn Curtiss was their contemporary and actually one of the driving forces behind early aviation. He was in Hammondsport, New York, relocated to Buffalo, and that actual consolidation of Glenn Curtiss and the Wright brothers formed Curtiss-Wright, which was one of the major aircraft companies, right? Headquartered in Buffalo. So we have a lot of their collection pieces. We have everything from Consolidated, Fleet, through Bell, all the way up to Calspan and Moog, which are still incredibly active in the aerospace industry. So we kind of tell all of those stories. We have the only experimental aircraft of the vertical takeoff variety, the X-22, that was manufactured by Bell. Same series as that X-1. The only one that still exists, we actually have that in our collection. It's not on display at the moment. It needs some work, but you can come see all of the other really unique, one-of-a-kind aircraft that were manufactured in Western New York at the museum.
Really, really cool stuff. Now, why is this museum a beneficial part of our community?
Well, not only are we telling our community story, right? But STEM is such an important subject, and there are so many jobs in that field, especially in the aviation and aerospace fields locally. In fact, some of the companies are having a difficult time finding enough people to meet the need that they have as they're continuing to expand. So having STEM education opportunities for young children, school-age children, is so important in establishing that talent pipeline so that they can see themselves in STEM careers down the line. It's also really cool to think about inspiring the next generation of aerospace engineers by telling them the stories of their grandparents and parents, right? That's kind of something that's very unique to the Western New York community. But we think it's really cool, even if you're not considering a career in STEM education or STEM fields, to just come learn a little bit more about what our community did. It's just so unique, it's so cool, it's something that we should be proud of. So the Aerospace Museum is an opportunity for you to learn more. If you're super into it, I have docents who are former engineers. They will tell you everything. If you're just kind of interested in some of the higher level stuff, we can tell you that too. But either way, I think everybody finds something very interesting and exciting at the museum.
Where can our viewers go to learn more information about educational opportunities?
It's a little bit hard, but it's niagaraerospacemuseum.org. I apologize, you're going to get lost in those vowels in the middle there, but it is niagaraerospacemuseum.org or our Facebook page. You can also find us on social media, or better yet, just kind of come up to the museum.
And where are you guys located?
We are actually right next to the Niagara Falls Airport. So we are the old terminal building. So if you've ever flown out of Niagara Falls or you're familiar with it, you've probably passed us by a number of times and not even realized it.
Very cool. You know, this is the downtime. It's the Christmas holiday break. Winter session will be up soon. These are great opportunities for parents to take their children and go do something and learn a little bit about our community.
Especially if you've been cooped up on Christmas break for a few days and, you know, all of the stimulation from all those new toys. You want to do something, get them out of the house, come see us. We're open Saturdays and Sundays, and we would love to give you a tour.
Alrighty. Thanks so much for coming in, Lindsay.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Viewers, if you'd like to learn more about the Niagara Aerospace Museum and become a member or donate, just visit to niagaraerospacemuseum.org. Thanks again for coming in.